The secret to success millionaires do not talk about. One change that will flip your life upside down. The email arrived on a Tuesday. Just another rejection. My screenplay, the one I'd poured my soul into for 2 years, was apparently not a good fit. Again, I stared at the blinking cursor on my laptop, the rent-due notice on my fridge, and the stack of bills on my desk. I was drowning. For years, I'd chased the dream of becoming a writer, devouring every book, every interview, every piece of advice from successful people. I woke up at 5 a.m. I meditated. I networked. I did everything they said you were supposed to do. Yet, here I was, 32 years old, serving coffee to people who were living the life I desperately wanted. That night, I called my older sister, Sarah, a successful lawyer with a corner office and a life that seemed perfectly curated. I vented, I cried, I told her I was ready to quit. She listened patiently, as she always did. But this time, her response was different. "Leo," she said, her voice soft but firm, "you're focusing on the wrong thing. All those success gurus, they sell you the highlight reel. They don't tell you the real secret." I scoffed. "What? That I need to work even harder? I'm already exhausted." She replied, "The opposite. The one change that will flip your life upside down is learning how to truly, unconditionally fail. And I mean spectacularly." I was speechless. Fail. I'd been doing that my whole life. "No, you haven't," she said, as if reading my mind. "You've been avoiding it. You write one script and treat it like your only child. You protect it. You polish it. You're terrified of it getting hurt. You need to become a father of 100 children and let them run wild into the world, not caring if some of them fall." Her words echoed in my head for days. Fail spectacularly. It sounded like madness. It went against every single success principle I had ever learned. But what did I have to lose? My current strategy was clearly a spectacular failure in its own right, just a slow, painful one. So I made a pact with myself. For the next 30 days, my only goal was to fail. I started a new document on my computer titled The Failure Project. The first day, I wrote a terrible, cliché-written short story about a talking squirrel and submitted it to a prestigious literary magazine. Rejected within an hour. I laughed. It was freeing. Day 2, I wrote a poem about my love for instant noodles and sent it to a poetry journal. Rejected. Day 3, drafted a pilot for a sitcom so bad I cringed while writing it. I sent it to a production company. Silence. I kept going. I wrote flash fiction, ad copy, even a eulogy for a fictional hamster. I aimed for quantity over quality, speed over perfection. I wasn't trying to be good. I was trying to be done. I stopped rereading my work a dozen times. I hit send with a reckless abandon I'd never felt before. My inbox became a graveyard of rejections, but something strange was happening. I wasn't devastated. Each rejection was a win. It was proof I was following the plan. I was learning to detach my self-worth from the outcome. The fear that had paralyzed me for years was dissolving. In my pursuit of failure, I was writing more than I ever had in my life. The words just flowed. The pressure was off. Around week 3, an email landed in my inbox. It wasn't a rejection. It was from a small, independent online magazine. The editor liked my talking squirrel story. He said it was absurdly charming. They wanted to publish it. I stared at the screen, confused. This wasn't part of the plan. I had tried to fail, but I had accidentally succeeded. A few days later, another email. A small advertising agency saw the noodle poem I'd posted on a public forum. They wanted to know if I did freelance copywriting. Suddenly, I was getting paid to write. It wasn't a Hollywood movie deal, but it was real. My 30-day failure project ended, but I didn't stop. The habit was ingrained. I kept writing, kept submitting, kept collecting rejections alongside a growing number of small acceptances. The fear was gone, replaced by a quiet confidence. The big screenplay, the one I'd slaved over. I looked at it with new eyes. It was stiff, overwrought, and trying too hard to be profound. I took what I liked, threw out the rest, and rewrote it from scratch in 2 weeks, infused with the playful, fearless energy I'd discovered. I sent it out to a handful of agents without a second thought, already busy working on my next bad idea. A month later, my phone rang. It was an agent from a major firm. He'd read my script, not the old, polished one. The new one. He said it was raw, unpredictable, and refreshingly honest. He wanted to represent me. I sat there, holding the phone, looking at the wall of my small apartment. Nothing had changed on the outside. I was still in the same room, at the same desk, but everything on the inside was different. I finally understood what Sarah meant. The millionaires, the successful creators, they don't talk about this secret because it sounds like a loser's mentality. They sell the image of relentless, upward-only success. But the truth is, you can't win if you're afraid to lose. The real secret isn't about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it. It's about getting so comfortable with rejection that it loses its power over you. It's about making so many attempts that by the law of averages, some of them are bound to stick. The one change that flipped my life upside down wasn't a productivity hack or a morning routine. It was giving myself permission to be a spectacular, prolific, and unapologetic failure. And in doing so, I finally found success. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.